Hey guys, welcome back to the No Name Business Podcast. We don't have a name yet, but we don't need that to get started. My name is Brian Tran. I got my co-host here, PJ.
What up, guys? How you doing?
I got special guest back again, Brandon Tran.
Thanks for having me back again, guys.
And today's guest of honor is Raymond Cho.
Hey.
So Raymond is a special guest today because today I want to talk about it's never too late to start. And also, Raymond has been working a W-2 job for how long? Like 15 years?
Shoot. Yeah. Over that, I think.
And so a lot of you guys out there watching this and listening to this is probably wondering like, man, 15 years, why and how do you even begin to quit your job and jump into this flipping, wholesaling, entrepreneurship at such later in life, right? And I'm here to tell you, and we're going to depict into this, how, why, and how he's crushing it today. You guys ready?
Let's do it. Yeah. Let's start off. I just want to ask, give the audience a small, brief intro of, who is Raymond Cho is.
Yeah, for sure. So, like Brian said, I've been working a W-2 job. I was a mechanical engineer coming out of college, working for, mechanical consulting firms, doing engineering design. Then I went into regulatory work, enforcing code, making sure the utilities are, honest. Did that for like 9 years. That was my last job. And then just jumped in with Brian and Brandon here, started working in real estate, doing all the different activities and, grinding out there and really challenging myself.
And so Ray didn't leave like a low-paying job. Ray left a high six-figure job to pursue, this entrepreneurship. Ray, what's going through your mind? Like, why the sudden jump? I mean, most people would be comfortable.
Yeah, I was just going to say, because I was like, he's talking about coding and engineering. He has a full degree. I was like, he's making money. So.
Yeah, for sure. My mom wasn't very happy about it because she paid my way through college. But, I don't think I was challenging myself. And I knew there was more out there for sure. Like, I always had it in the back of my mind, but never got, turned that switch on to really make that move until like really recently, during COVID. I had a lot of time to think about it. I was working from home, grinding and, hearing it left and right from my boss. And I was just getting tired of it, really. And then I see Brian and Brandon here doing real estate, killing it all the time. And I'm just like, man, there is something out there, And, it is never too late. Like, I knew this is what I wanted, so I just started planning for it, My exit strategy to get out of that grind and just pursue my dreams, really.
Go over the steps. Like, what did you do? Did you put money aside? Did you, how did you mentally prepare? And how long did it take? Was it like a day, a month, 6 months, a year?
Oh, yeah. No, it wasn't overnight for sure, man. Like, I had to think about my kid. My kid was born September 2020. I had to plan for that, plan for my runway for 6 to 9 months, even 12 months out. So definitely stacking away cash, saving that money, not spending on frivolous stuff, stupid stuff that I don't need. And just planning my fixed expenses every month, calculate that times 6, 9, 12 months, whatever you want for your runway. And, setting that up is really what will get you to succeed, right? Because it doesn't happen overnight. Like, you're not going to start one day and then go a month and then start winning automatically, instantly. Like, you got to put in the work, you got to grind a bit, set yourself up, and then hopefully it'll all pay off if you're consistent.
Yeah. I want to ask, you said you just had like a newborn at the time of your transition. Like, were you scared?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I definitely was scared, man. I got a kid, I got a mortgage to pay, I got cars, I got bills, it's all fixed costs. But once you make that commitment, that decision, like to go after it, it's not scary because you've planned it out, right? You know where the end of the line is. And hopefully you don't reach that, and hopefully you take off before then, but you at least have a deadline. And that really gives you what you need, the pressure, to succeed. Because after that, you're either broke and you got to get a job again, or you're succeeding in business.
You have to feed the kid.
Yeah.
What was your runway for this one? Like, was it like I'm gonna give myself 6 months, 9 months, a year?
Yeah, I said 6 months. What
did you actually save up?
6 months, literally. Like I could not go much further. I think we're beyond that now.
Well, we're definitely beyond that because in flipping and
Yeah.
you know, because we start off, you know, you wholesale, but you flip. In flipping, you just got to dump money in.
Yeah.
But I showed you the way.
Yeah. Yep. I'm figuring that out. Yep.
Raise an investor.
And you got to have that abundance mindset,
Yeah.
or else you won't survive in this game. Like, if you're worried so much about all these costs, they're going to stack up against you. And if you're worried about paying them with whatever you saved up for your runway, it's not going to work.
Yeah.
And
what Ray's talking about is because we bought, he has 2 flips going on. One's going to be a long-term hold. One is going to be done in about a week. As we film this today, it is November 1st, so it should be on the market by next week. That's where I kind of showed you, like, we just got to find the good deals, and when you find good deals, people will give money to you. So now he's not even going into his 6-month reserve anymore. Now, we're not commingling funds, but the project required 60, 70, I think now it's like a couple $100,000 between the 2 projects, but it's none of our own money. It's investor money, and we're paying them interest on it. We're leveraging people's money. That's the beautiful thing about real estate.
Yeah, and if you think about it, each project, you might be putting 100, 150, 200,000 in. Like, you can't leverage any of that money for any other purchases.
Yeah.
And if you're doing that, you're just going to run out that fast, right?
Cool.
I want to know, my next question would be, you brought up your mom not being happy. That's going to be the number one thing that a lot of people go through. And so I want you to walk us through that. How many people, did you have any haters along the way? Did you have any naysayers, any people who didn't believe in you? Let's talk about that.
I don't think I had haters. Naysayers, yeah. Like, people are like, hey, you got a comfortable job.
Yeah.
Why?
The safe route.
Why? Exactly. Like, why are you putting yourself through this suffering? You're door knocking, you're cold calling, putting yourself through all this pain when you kind of made it.
Yeah.
But I just tell them, I'm not happy with that.
Yeah, I think by your standard, you're like, I didn't make it.
Yeah,
exactly.
exactly.
That's a great thing to like realize.
And understand, I appreciate my parents totally. They put me through college. Mm-hmm. They set me up for a good job. I was able to buy a house because of that, right? Like, forever thankful, mm-hmm. right? But, from their mindset to this, to me now, like, I think they would appreciate that I'm trying to be a lot better than what they expect, right? Like, yeah, I'm in a better position compared to them when they, immigrated here. They didn't speak a lick of English. They had to do like dishwashing, bussing tables, like really labor intensive jobs, and I didn't have to do that. So yeah, but they doubted. They didn't think I could actually put myself out there to do that, but I think I'm proving them wrong, and now I'm making them happy.
Now we buy houses like we buy clothes, like people buy clothes. We like.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen them live. I've seen the deals live, and it's pretty juicy, guys.
Yeah, I mean, we just kind of go in and, all right, does it make sense? Boom, make the offer.
And these houses are amazing, guys. So, I mean, if this is the YouTube video, I'm going to put up some of the screenshots of the work that they're doing, and they're doing some amazing work. Amazing work. So, houses are about to be on the market.
We make them amazing. We don't buy them amazing.
Oh yeah, sorry. That's only us. That's the specials of them. That's what they do.
But they are amazing buys. So
yeah,
that's the whole deal. And we're comfortable doing that. I definitely was scared starting off. I'm not used to buying houses every whatever month or 2 months. So you kind of get over that once you start doing it. Once you get more comfortable with buying these deals, it comes second nature after that.
I mean, I just want to let you know, Ray, I mean, I met you like in the beginning, and not once did I see fear in your face. So yeah, you good poker face, man. So
all right, so he brought up his parents.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of our viewers out here have wives, have partners. Ray's also married. What was your wife thinking when you were like, I'm quitting?
She definitely was supportive. I think.
Now be real. This is the real podcast.
I think she truly doubted me, but you know, but she was still supportive. That's the key thing. As long as, you know, she could think whatever she wants, that's fine.
Yeah.
But as long as she's like, yeah, do whatever makes you happy. If this is what you want to do, then put it all on the line and go for it. That was basically it. Like, it was great. Like, that's all the support I need. I don't need someone to, you know, say, hey, you can do it.
Yeah, I think you dropped a real gem there, because I'm married, Ray's married, you guys aren't, Brandon and PJ here. So you need to find a partner in this entrepreneurship. Either you do it alone and then you get rich and then you find your partner. That's one way. But if you're grinding right now and you're trying to make it, your partner needs to be on board.
Yeah.
And they have to support you. Now, they may think what they want to think, but what comes out of their mouth, it better be support.
Yeah.
You know, otherwise it's hard enough.
Yeah.
And so you need a supportive partner. And then, you know, leveling up from that is you actually need a partner that you can talk to, bounce ideas off of, and be a kind of an unbiased opinion. That's the second part. But that's another, we can go on a whole podcast.
No, yeah, definitely.
On that.
I mean, we actually should do a podcast.
Yeah, we should.
That,
but this one, I'm just saying, like, that's the thing. You got to support your partner.
Definitely. Yeah, I think it makes a big difference, you know, because it's easy, you know, especially on the younger side, to get deterred from where you want to go, you know, because a lot of things can affect you. Just like easily, it's like, hey, let's go out here, let's go out there. Like, you know, your partner might not be okay with you working like 6, 8, 10 hours a day, just grinding, and you know, but that's the sacrifice that you need to make and that they need to understand. So
Yeah. And
I think we're lucky because our wives, they're entrepreneurs.
No. We supported them.
Yeah, well, yeah, we supported them, but they understand the grind.
And then now they understand.
Yeah.
Well, for you, she couldn't say anything to you because you supported them when they were growing. I supported her when, you know, same thing. So
yeah,
but at the same time, that, you know, because they went through that, because they had to suffer through that, they understand definitely, like, starting from the ground up.
Yeah,
like, this is what it takes.
Oh yeah.
So if they see you doing that, they're like, great, you're doing what we did. We respect that.
I love it. I love it. Get yourself a supportive partner, guys.
Absolutely.
But I want to go ahead and this is a question that all of you guys, you know, could kind of chime in. Ray, I want to ask you. So, you know, earlier we were talking about, you know, having that fear, right? Like, what helped you, like, with that fear? Like, how do you overcome that fear of, like, you know, taking these big leaps? Like, what is your process for that?
I think having a team like these guys pushing you and a whole support system, it definitely helps. Like, you could do it alone, definitely. Like, but, you know, getting that motivation, getting that drive, it has to come from yourself as well, but also a network of people that are bringing you up helps a lot, for sure. Because without that, like, at least for me, I don't think I'd be able to, like, drive myself to make those calls, make those door knocks. But if you have a team, like, I like working with a team, it just, you know, you're unstoppable.
Yeah.
You're confident.
Yeah.
Like, because you know you have a whole team backing you right behind you, and they're not going to let you fail.
Yeah.
I said it before. What's going to get you through this recession that we're in is the relationship that you have. Now, that's team, but really that's the best investment you can really put your money into right now.
Yeah.
Your team, your relationship, building that, strengthening it. Because with that, it's very hard to fail. Just like a stool, right? If you only have one leg, very easy to tip over.
Yeah.
3, 4, if you had 20 legs on one stool, can you imagine?
Yeah.
Powerful.
Powerful. I think we're going to start off with a new stool company.
Yeah. Brandon, what question do you have, Brandon? What question you got for Ray?
Yo, we didn't get a full answer from everybody. Yeah.
Hold on, Brian.
Stop picking on me.
Yeah, hold on.
For Brandon, too.
So, Brandon, how would you overcome the fear, or how do you handle overcoming the fear of big leaps and taking big risks?
Oh man, I think it's just kind of entrepreneur nature. You gotta have a fight. Was it fight or flight, right? Reaction time, and it's either we fight and we do what we have to do to succeed, or you sink and you swim, and, you know, or you die. So
For sure.
you just gotta succeed. You know, like Ray quit his job. If he doesn't work, can't feed the kid, can't go out, can't go buy nice things.
Yeah.
What can you do? You gotta go.
Like a zero option mentality. Like
Zero option.
I'm not going
to
to
be
lose.
confident.
Like I'm just do it.
Yeah, you just gotta win.
Yeah.
Good
I
point.
like it. What about you, Brian?
How do you? What was the question again? I forgot.
All
you
good. All
overcome
good.
fear?
All good.
How do
It
you
was-
overcome fear?
How do you handle, and what is your process to handling and overcoming the fear of like taking like really big risks and just really overcoming that?
The way that I usually do it, end of the day, I can just tell you the short answer is I just go, but it's not right. I take the situation, and
Let me ask first.
Yeah.
You get scared still during doing some big deals?
I
You
mean,
get scared?
I actually get excited now
Okay.
because I never risk. Like I'm at a point in my life where I don't double down on everything.
Yeah.
In the beginning, it was more scary because when you don't have a lot of money and an opportunity comes up, like let's say a flip, and it requires 200,000, and that's all you have, you have to double. You have to go all in.
Yeah.
Right. But I'm now at a point in my life where every investment that I go in, if it goes wrong, I will be okay.
Yeah.
But I've earned that.
Yeah.
position.
It's come with the experience.
And
So,
when you hit a certain point, there isn't you don't have to go double down every single time. I invest maybe 30, not even maybe 35% of my net worth, right? So that if anything happens, I'll be 35% poorer, but I'm okay. Whereas some people I know till this day will go 100% all in. If it doesn't go right, they're broke, and that's okay too. But you hit a certain stage, and I have kids. I have 2 kids. I got a wife. I got mortgages. I got my mom and all that stuff that I got to take care of. So I can't afford to do that anymore. So I don't get scared. I get excited because I'm like, okay, this works. I just, we're going to build something big. But going back to how do you overcome the fear? You still have to do some due diligence. You have to analyze the deal. You have to play chess, not checkers. Checkers is a matter of being a couple moves ahead. But you got to look at the deal, and then from a 10,000 aerial view, you look down and you go, okay, if I do this deal, let's say we do this flip, and it goes well, we can do a 1031 exchange, right? Like Daily City, we're going to do a 1031 exchange after a year. Yep. During that time, we're going to cash flow. If it doesn't, we'll break even. That's okay. But then we'll pull out in year 1 or year 2 because hopefully the interest rate gets better. We can buy a big multi-unit building.
Yep.
Right? So I'm already kind of planning the whole thing out in my mind to where it's not scary. And I run through the bad scenarios too. Like, oh, shoot. Okay, rates don't look good. Airbnb crashes in the area. We get caught. We get flagged or whatever it is for doing Airbnb because I don't know. They always constantly change the rules. Okay, well, what can I rent this place out for? Right? $4,000, $5,000. Our note on that thing is $2,600. Yeah. Okay, we're still cash flowing $1,400. That buys us time for another year. So I'm running all these scenarios. Yeah. And then that makes me comfortable because I'm like, okay, I've already ran through the hundreds of scenarios. Mm-hmm. So I'm not scared because if this happens, boom, I'm going to make this play. If that happens, boom, we're going to go this play. That's
Multiple exits.
Yeah.
To summarize, what you said for the viewers, sounds like you're saying, if you're going to do something, if you're going to take a big risk, take a big leap, you best have some type of plan. If you're 100%. Trying to be like a realtor, don't go out and just be like, I'm going to be a realtor and then have nothing. Know
what team you're going to join.
Exactly.
Know how many hours you're going to commit. Have your 6-month reserve. Mm-hmm. Those are the moves that you got to play.
Yeah. Basically set yourself up to win.
Yep.
For sure. And Brian hit on a good point. Like, you got to be comfortable with what you're risking too, right? Like, that's why I partnered up with different people like Brandon and Brian here. Mm-hmm. I don't want to take on a $400,000 project by myself. Mm-hmm. That's just too much risk for me. I'd feel more comfortable purchasing at, a quarter of that or half of that. Mm-hmm. So bite off what you're comfortable chewing, right? Yeah. And then there won't be any fear.
Yeah.
You'll be confident. You'll be like, okay, I can lose this much. Mm-hmm. That's fine. I'll make it back somewhere else if that happens. But as Brian said, you also have multiple exit strategies, so you don't lose. Mm-hmm. There shouldn't be. There's a low chance you will lose. If not, you'll just break even, right?
Calculated risk.
That's it. At the end of the day, it's always going to be scary, but you get used to it.
Yeah.
Like you asked me why I don't get scared now because I've done it so many times.
Yeah.
I've started 9 companies.
Yeah.
And, shoot, not all of them went up well. They're going well now, but dude, they all had their problem.
Yeah.
The coffee shops when COVID happened shut down. I have $20,000 in leases I got to pay. How am I going to pay this?
I mean, they all served you well too.
Yeah.
Right?
And
they all benefited you.
And it does build you a tougher skin because now I'm like, whatever.
Yeah.
My first
That has to be the worst, huh?
Yeah.
Dude,
A year in COVID.
and the
or
thing
two-
is, that I'm gonna bring up a side note, but man, my wife and everybody else with no businesses were trying to tell me stay home. I'm like, are you kidding me? Are you gonna write me a check for $20,000 a month?
Yeah.
Like, it didn't even matter how much reserve I had. How long can you last when all your businesses were told to stop
Yeah.
and make no money? Now, it's easy to look back and say, oh, PPP and all that stuff came through, but at the time,
Nobody knew.
dude, I was like driving around the town. I'm like, dude, okay, who's open? Are they busy? Do they have customers?
Yeah.
Yes, no. Okay, great. And then that's when I pivoted and said, okay, we're gonna open. We're gonna serve to go. We're gonna do something.
Yeah.
So I gotta get some money through the door. But it's easy when you have a W-2 job and everybody's like, oh, just stay home.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, oh, it's okay, dude. That's because your company's paying for you. I don't have no checks coming in.
Yeah, honestly, I was happy to be cruising in my W-2 job at that
Yeah.
time. Dude, I'd be shaking my boots if I had a store.
It's a different time for you now, right?
Yeah.
I have a question for you, Ray. So
Yeah.
Brian was just talking about, it took him years, right, to build that confidence. You've been in the business for maybe about
6 months, maybe?
6 months, a year. I haven't seen you sweat once.
I'm sweating at home, man.
At what point? Because now when we bring the deal by you, you're pretty quick. Like within the hour.
Yeah.
Yes, no, let's do it.
Yeah. Like
When did you kind of get over that fear?
I really don't. I still have that fear. No, to be honest, and like I said, just having a team, and building that network of people that have funds and getting that access to funds, that helps a lot. Like, I have a lot of people I can trust that will loan me the money or invest in the deal, and I'm comfortable with that. Like, and I'm not going to screw them over. I'm going to pay them back either way. Like, if that means I break even, sure. If I have to lose some money, that's fine. But, I know I did my due diligence. I did my calculations. I made sure there's as little risk as possible for the deal, and I make people aware of that. So I'm very transparent. So that makes me that much more comfortable. Like, it's like PJ said, calculated risks, right? Like, if you know what's out there as much as you can, like, understand it as much as you can, and just dive into it with all your realtors as much as you can, you like, hey, what's stopping you? Like, there really isn't anything else to think about. I've thought a lot of it through, right? Like, and if you know that, then that fear kind of comes down. It's still there,
Yeah.
but you can't get rid of it all the way. But
Yeah, the confidence overpowers then, right?
Yeah, exactly.
It's like the knowledge, knowledge comes confidence.
yeah, and it definitely helps, understand, diving in with these guys and into the industry, just 2 feet in. That learning curve is just quick, right?
Yeah.
You can do it on your own, make all the mistakes, but that's not the right way to do it. You don't need to make the mistakes to learn.
Yeah.
You can read books and see people's pivotal mistakes and then say, okay, we're not going to make that same one. And so that's why you got to, if you're just starting out, join a team, partner with somebody who is doing it, who knows what they're doing, so you don't make mistakes. Because like I said earlier, when you have money, you can make little mistakes, not going to hurt you. In the beginning, you need to make as little mistakes as possible, because in real estate, it's a sizable amount of money.
Yeah.
Right. So partner up. You may be like, oh man, but then if I partner up, I'm going to give up 50% of the deal. Well, if you do things incorrectly, like in this market, and the market goes down, you're out to lose 50%. Or maybe even worse, the whole thing, because you can't make payments on the hard money note or whatever it is. So
Sure.
find good people, go to networking events, see who you're compatible with, see who got balls, big balls in this market, and see if and bring value. Bring value and see what you can do to help them.
I mean, that's true. Completely.
Right?
Completely
Yeah.
true.
You gotta bring value though.
How do you ball check them?
Man, you gotta
All right, guys.
Hey, pause.
Yo. All right, guys. So we're getting towards the end of the podcast, and I just want to wrap it up. I'm going to ask, Raymond, one last question.
No, I got another one, but go ahead.
You got another one?
I got the last
All
one.
right, all right. So I just you go first.
Shoot,
because mine's
go
just
for
like
you.
the last.
Yeah, you want to ask it? Okay, all right.
Yeah,
So Ray,
We'll try to make it quick.
your time here on Earth, if you could do something differently, right? Knowing what you know now, what would you do differently?
Well, I would have made this jump a lot earlier. I don't even know if I would even go to college at this point, but I'm glad I did because I picked up a lot of skills working with teams, working with different people, and that you can't really replace that experience and kind of understanding where other people are coming from and just getting all different perspectives.
Ultimately, you live your life and you are where you are today because of your actions, which is great. So, but that's good to hear that, make that jump and get into the entrepreneurship earlier.
Yeah, I mean, I think if I took a break after high school, explored, traveled a little bit, if I had the means, I would have. Then I would have figured out, what really drives me, what's my passion, things like that, instead of, kind of doing the traditional. It's a traditional Asian thing, right? You get into a profession, accounting, engineering, you become a doctor, whatever, high paying, high net worth job. And, people are happy with that. And that's fine. That's completely fine. Cause you could make tons of money, as a W-2 employee. But, for me, I just hate taking orders.
Hey,
What was your question, PJ?
well, I'm just gonna wrap it up. Last question. Just want to, Ray, what's your final piece of advice for anybody out there who's really just trying to quit their 9-to-5 job and either pursue their passion or pursue what's really calling for them? Like, what's your one piece of advice for them?
Listen to this podcast.
Hey,
No,
plug.
but seriously, like it's all planning. Like planning to succeed will, setting yourself up for success is the way. Like that's everything.
Yeah,
That's everything. And challenging yourself, pushing yourself to do the things you don't want to do is basically what it comes down to. Like as an engineer, I never talked to random strangers. We were forced to talk together because we had to work together, right? Like to design something, to work with a sales team who's providing, products for you to install, whatever it is. Like they're all paid to talk to me. Like in this industry, in real estate, like you have to grab someone's attention and you have to keep it somehow, whatever it takes. So that's kind of what I'm learning.
awesome.
Let's wrap it up, PJ.
Yeah, well, that's the end of the podcast. Thanks everybody for watching. Give us a like, give us a follow, because we'll be back with some more banger podcasts, guys. Thank you. Thanks, Raymond. Thanks for coming to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Cool.